Good day to me, Salone people. Me and Mohamed Taigo Tyrali from VOS Salone Network. Today, December 26th, 2020, on a Saturday. First of all, I want to wish all my Salone people home and abroad a Merry Christmas and a prosperous Happy New Year 2021. We all know, say, the Auditor General's report don't come out, and plenty people need to talk about on social media and around the country and even around the world. We get plenty different explanations. Then plenty people nonsense stuff in my inbox. Say I quiet over them. So many accuse me, say I don't begin take brown envelope and stuff like that, but that's okay. Again, in most cases, I not really plan for come out for say anything until the parliament's done the evaluation and put the final report out. But somebody, actually, two people contact me and said they don't get much idea about this thing, and when they talk, they don't know that for believe, they don't understand the process. So I decided, say, okay, well, I will make a two parts of the video. The first part, I will explain about the process to people. Then the second part, like I said, I go to a parliament done. Then I will come now and talk about waiting them don't finally bring out. So now we talk about what's that is auditing. The Auditor General Office, what's in their responsibility, what they do, and how this thing come about. I will therefore break them out a simple way where I feel I would make you able and see if I can understand them more. Alright? When they say auditing, usually what you do, any responsible governments in the world, then they come and say, or any company, not just governments, if you get them big companies that start doing the work, they get auditing. What they mean by auditing is that people in the come, let us say we the people we the general public, Salone people let us say now we not the daddy, not the host. Then we don't reach a certain age, you get big picking and online book, we want for hand with business over to them. So what you do, you hand them over to a big picking them without the parliament. We hand business over to them, so well now we not take the business over from we. Since the parliament they represent, we make them take over the business. So Parliament, their own job now for make sure say they watch the budget or the money the government use every year for pay workers, like for pay police, teachers, them and every other people that we in our government people them. So Parliament now with the standard say now they paying big picking them where they don't land book, but now they pay $10 for make then give business out to people that where they need the business for make then people will sell for them for the family. So the ministers then, we get something they call the MDA, where now the ministries, the departments then, and also the agencies then, where now then we they give them money to, and then they do the business for Salone. So the parliaments now they paying big picking them, and then the ministries and all like the people that now would hire for make them do business. So now so then tear the work. Now, now we look at what happen and how Salone operates. So before they go to Salone, okay, buy plane ticket or then they ship things into water key, or they ask you for pay tax them, for pay tax for use, then call that a revenue, that money they get together. In most country, now that money the country they run on. Now that money the country for run on and then pay people them, pay teachers them, doctors, lawyers, soldier man them, people them, ministers them when they work on the government. The thing but we in a Salone, we not make enough of that money there. So what happen white man they come now, then feel sorry for because then see say if they not can help we will porte dirty say we get better dirty safe go get value pass we. So they can't give them money so some money for let them say go stay above the water. No we say get small respect when they call donations. But they say the money they give you not for nothing money. So more free not like the money they because they will free money then they can put something on what they call condition. Then condition they put on we can make sometime we know they will grow. Just like where you get border overseas or you get family where you know see look in a big place. Instead of yourself go school now and learn book and try for work hard. You know say we call the border bigger and say border school fees not do rest not do then they give the money. So you know they work hard sometimes. But if you know say nobody not they forgive you. Nobody know they. If you not go find and they get you go find out say they work hard for make them for they go stand on your feet. So And so then they make some of we feel say sometimes if we go through the difficult time, that we learn and think about we own. With anything, we graduate and cry and can't give you 2 cents, no, we'll fight for it now. So now make I come back to within the Auditor General they do. The Auditor General, now this person now where the power in Peking find somebody that don't go on a business or man they own this business here, they find this person will say, now for go check this business and see if the business make profit or if they loss. Or if the people when they do this business, therefore we say they go buy something and buy that thing. They say they go Guinea or they go China. The thing they say they go buy if they really buy them for the company. If then they sell the business according to them for selling. If then they overprice the business, sometimes they then count on them, me tell them so I go sell them 10,000 euros, but then go sell them 12 or 13,000 because they want that extra profit. So all them thing and they now they do the audit, when I say they can't check. Auditing just means saying they can't check the business. For make sure say this business here, the owner saw the owner and I saw the owner. The business they make profit or they make profit. Now, let's look at Salone. If I tell owner say Salone as a business or as a country, we know ever from 2005. Now one thing we don't ever make profit. Now I repeat this. Since 2005. Now, one thing we make profit that and they happened inside 2015, where the economy may not begin to grow by 2.9% before the Ebola came. And the only thing and the way we make profit from that thing now with the loss. But all this loss or the loss, sometimes it's the loss, but the loss it makes us say, well, maybe a loss for make profit later. Salone at this point we not see them that way. And now watch like at the start of experiences, Salone look like a business. This business here they lost every year. Then they come back to the power and begin and say, well, power wanna give you more money. We're not parliament. Parliament they give them more money. Their money and our money where would they raise in the country and the money where people they give it from overseas when they sorry for we. For the way will be more time and get some respect. But every year wanna come and give this money when you say nothing. Then they give money for water. For the we get we don't save water. We get road. We schools and they run, we pay teachers them, pay doctors them, pay the nurse system, improve the schools them. So many things them we get for one of the country, we get for do everything to the country for pay police them on time, soldier them on time. Most of them things they know they happen. Most of them money are not the go set them for go. So the auditor, their own job now for come and make sure so they go to the departments then each department. For make sure so then they do what in the country they ask them for do. Then they spend the money, do them for spending money. Then they buy the things that they need for buy according to how they for buy them. Then they buy them the price really and they sell them. Because so then people away then come and say for go buy motor car. If the motor car costs 10,000, then they can say then they license at 12,000 or 15,000 and take the balance money there. So the auditor and then they can check all them prices and then make sure say everything they work. So every year then they do this. Then they do the year before, like say this year auditor they do that for 2019. 2020 they can't done. So from January 2021 and the beginning of auditing now. By the end of the year 2021 and we don't put this year 2020 in Leone. Now like I explained to some people about every time we audit come and they see 2019 you get about for 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 they inside it. Why that happen? Some people may feel sorry. Some people may talk say, well, I don't know why make we SFP come and still put APC business in the entire for saying that we all lost this money here. The Auditor General office not get nothing for the politics. They get limited people away and they go around the country where they work bakuna they hand. So some companies and they will not able to go for the next 2 or 3 years. They tell they get time for come at that office there. Maybe the 2015 they don't pass 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, they never carry this company here. So then go past there and say, okay, we'll not be in 2015 or 2016. We want for can check that 10 day in your own side. All the documents still for the in place. So that make it can final say some past years and they can then report here because they don't get time for cover everything inside 1 year. So then the way they left out, they can come back later and check their own and make it see different year inside it. But the majority of the one in the check are the year where the previous year before, like the year like 2019, now more go bakuna the report. The small and then can just fall inside now, here and there. And then they look onto president today or government today, or the president or party today they look for. Then they pay attention to the company itself. So now let me talk about what happened. So every year, last year, we talk about 141 billion leons. But then bigger money they give you 9 loss. Or 9 people account for, or 9 this money are not of a saying are lost, somebody lost or thief. Some they were thief. Some they were not thief. They just not provide the document with the people in camp for can audit them. So the law tell you, say, if them people in camp, they tell them camp if you forget all the documents they ask for. If you're not getting documents, to them how they ask them for, the no need for them to waste 1 BAU. You're supposed to get everything they need when they reach your office. If you not get them, therefore put the report say that thing they know they. Where parliament where parliament they do the report, you can go to parliament now and over to them. So okay, well that document will not miss you, or that is not miss you. Look at now. Then we add them now to the money, or to that year then your own budget, and then minus the money also we lost. Like I say, you give somebody, you trust somebody. I can't check you. You're supposed to make this year 60,000. But why can't check you? Why don't you check everything? You get money that way, you don't give people as debt. I'm not going to tell you, say you don't make all that 60,000. I will just count the one that I get a man. The one now when I debt, when you collect your debt, they will count the balance and they will add them. So that's what they say they do. So if you're not about a generator in talk or laptop in talk, I didn't tell the come out. The generator with China give Salone people. So what thing they do, they go to the office there. For people who don't understand, we don't make this as politics because of we Salone might not say we're not getting nothing for you anymore. Then try for this credit to auditors. But not to the auditors, they do exactly what they for do. Now, very professional people, and they do exactly what the Parliament asks them for do. We then come the paper we then give them. The machine in power when at the watts. And waiting at the machine, waiting at the paper, you know me match what's at the machine. In fact, that don't tell the people that really do the job thoroughly. You can attend away easy for me. Where you got 50 kV and then 65 kV, not to the same thing in our day. Even though then can later find out say the machine, the people that with the Chinese money will then give you the machine and then give that document there. But mistake in the documentation. That mistake not fall on the one that we then can do the auditing. It fall on the people that when they receive the machine, they're supposed to make the Chinese money and not say that's a mistake now these people are fix that for we. When it's still not bigger so then the free for when it's not big, so the free for tell the people them back say we wanna fix that for we. But that not fall on the auditing, it fall on the people when they may receive the machine. Because waiting at the machine is supposed to match up to the paper. So to me, that don't tell you say people do the auditing doing a very good job. The laptop, their own business. Now two things in there in a laptop. The first thing on the laptop, we talk about now, the price. To which we understand, they may overprice and buy the laptop way more than what they sell laptop. Secondly, the laptop they may suppose for present them with the people in Canada office, not to the enjoy for chase UIM. Within the camp, sometimes they can scan it for 1 day, from between 1 day all the way to 1 week. Safe thinking, then they can every day. If they ask owner for some producer, and on a job for producer. If I'm not producer, not to the job for begin the one after it. Then just the right answer, we not see that thing, so we know the way parliament go back. We then hand over to parliament on producer. And then we get the police them back. Let me say if the parent picking can check you, the positive parent picking say when at the parliament send the auditor for can check you, then the finance say something is lost. The parent picking get the right now for say, okay, they taking a police, let you go tell the police what happened. The police now the anti-corruption. So the anti-corruption now with police, then they cannot check now say, okay, well, they may not can check you, then see $60,000 loss. You never tell us say 60,000 loss. So can a police now can explain to we who say 60,000 go. So the ACC, the anti-corruption, they enjoy by now. So online getting your job. Now we look at waiting. Now the full responsibility of the people the auditors. They get two responsibility. The first responsibility now for can check you, make sure say everything we say you buy the way for buy them correctly, the exact price, and the thing they match, and also you use the money the way for user. Secondly, then get something they call recommendation, which means if they can't check you, then find out say, well, you lost money, boku. Then they tell you say, okay, well, let's assume say maybe where you dey sell, maybe maybe one of the reasons why make you lost money now because of you dey give where somebody come and tell you say, okay, I want this brigade here, but I get 5,000. And only the money you need to, you don't decide to give the person change. So until the person he mistake, you forget the person walk away, you go with the money, the brigade, and the change way you give. So now so you lost money. So what you do then, they give recommendation. So the next time when somebody come, they say one the brigade, no give them the change it, all the money for the person here, and give them the change. So now some of them tell them they recommend to the department and say, okay, we don't come, so now they lost money. Now so and so and so I need for do for make sure so not lost money again. Most of the departments when they go check back, they need to do the thing there. They still listen to the people there. Then continue to lose money. But now the thing here is that the parliament in your job now for make sure so they make sure they recommendation your work. If the auditing and can give recommendation, then tell you that this is you need for do. You know do parliament need for make sure they do something. Either they stop the money to go to you, or cut the money, or fire somebody, or do something to make sure they wanna listen. Wanna stop for waste to country money, or stop the money. Because the money they talk about this year now about 178 billion in final say is short. Not so all that 170 billion in thief. So anyway, like I say, they not get the proper receipts. So anyway, they overbuy something. But at the end of the day, not a small money this. We last year 141 billion. We and people are not getting nothing now. My people are sorry for it, bigger would they eat. They would lost that kind of money. Their money will make beaucoup big difference in our country. So now we can look at two things. Because I know say people the party people they not get time for wait for themselves. They ready for one every day. I see plenty of me SAP people that they come out for defend this year. Where I see them laugh because what make I laugh, it's just like say where you criticize the board and say a fool I make you fail in the exam. Then you go take the exam, you can fail bad person. They turn out they blame the teacher, they blame the book, they blame the transportation, they blame everybody but yourself. And the same thing happen here. The problem is nobody now take the time for look at the problem and find a better solution. We look everything as politics. Yes, someday we get for do with politics, but most of them things are not get much for do with politics. We get for do with the system. We get for fix the system. Let us stop for lost the money. But what thing we go do with our recommendations them. With parliament, I make some of freaking always talk about parliaments because they get big role. First of all, parliament get for point to side and for begin they put big levy on big punishment of people when they eat government money. If you can't lie, let's go buy something now 5,000, you go give still 7,000. Time that people get arrested, people are put in a prison, not for just get the money back, but put in a prison for a long time and make them not ever work on a government building again. I basically begin to do that, you go see so then tell the cut off. Parliament gets, like I say, then gets so many power. Therefore begin cut money for good at the agencies them here. So them money here will talk about so many farm them. Able to do beaucoup big things in our country. And secondly, now we look at them things in there. So them minister we need to go and now just puppet them. So them minister because they now social media they cost money because for them party so they get power then just give them. Also now the president and party them and then order them and waiting say and give them power. But the people that wait and they inside the agencies and then departments then they all talk like somewhere the director them or the permanent secretary. They don't under for the whole life. And then they run templates and they know what's in the go inside and outside of the internet. Most of the ministers are paper, then just decide on. But when we not send the sign. So time that we feel say the parliament need to look at the agencies and they look at the people, the directors and the permanent secretaries and make sure say they put something in place so you can make sure say their money in the first place not even going to the hand. We can put system in place wherein we prevent the money for make even lost in the first place. Not just for begin they ask people for bring them back, but what will they put in place for make sure say not even lost. Person will touch up. So beaucoup thing in the way the auditor general can give them recommendation in them. So that then say when I do them, if I do them so things they their money are not go lost like I did also, or things are not go bad as I to go. For right now, I'm not going to talk about waiting fully the inside the report until I get the 100% report on here. Parliament, I still with I just get the one with the Auditor General don't pull, but now Parliament get the final say. Then if I go review everything the Auditor General say, Because the auditor general then a snapshot in the do. Then you go to your office and just check. They're writing the recommendation and can give parliament. So some other people get for come to meet parliament and say, okay, well, so and so I not be able to provide that thing, but I don't provide that one. So then we'll take that number off. Or this money we account for, or we a loss. Now so and so we a loss. Parliament and they do now your job now for go to the thing for look at them and see if the one they lost the right way or they lost the wrong way. Then go give them final report. After the final report, then we go kind of talk fully about what the inside the report and which department lost, within and how much they lost. I can either do another video or come through VOS and we talk about it. But we the Salone people need for ask ourselves. If now you give somebody business, so when now really in a business we give the government then they lost 10 kind of money. Then we didn't street every day dance for them people here. Just think about you they do a business. Every day this business you do the person they lost, now they ever make profit. But they don't still the dance for them for this person here, saying a good businesswoman. The person is not a good businessman. The person is not a bad businessman, or now you know the person get the business a bad businessman. We the Salone people now we get this business. So for them supporter the way and the whole thing on social media they cause each other go back and forth. The thing is that this is beyond the political party. The officer, the same person with APC team, and the same person with SLP team. If SLP come on power right now, put APC back the same one you get for us. So we need to go back and check the inside of this. And make sure that then people then we then get at the officer. Any government can then still they get way for thief. Now that way they will go for block. If not, we not go ever better. We not go ever go before. Because then people then say they give, then say get for tire. Not to all 10 they give. And when they give that condition they put on top it make we not grow. So some of them money we don't start to discuss a lot for them begin to make profit. We need for the we need economy for the grow. If we not grow, we the loss. So I just want for stop now for the people and willing them say understand because they go on the arguing on social media, at least they talk about thief money, they talk about thief generator, laptop, this and that. All them tell you talk about then people here when they come at your office, they're supposed to present. If you not present them, then they write them say the thing or they. Some people don't go for presenting some things later, some people not go for present them. So after we all this tear done, the people the thing when they will account for, and the final money will say a loss. Then we find one. The one way they give by day now, the one way they give debt now. If they collect all our money, they will subtract them from the total money. We will not say will not account for. Then we'll get the total. So Parliament if I work on that right now. As soon as they're done, we're going to go on the full total. So I tell you now, thank you. You can leave your comments. You can agree, disagree. Also, I may explain as to Mr. Gebodan from you, or you put in an explanation. But again, we all learn from each other. Thank you all and God bless you all.